Hey clarinet players, Mr. Ace here. So we're going to talk about the clarinet embouchure and just kind of do some review, which needs to happen daily in order to be able to do this with just ease. First thing we do is making sure we're setting our embouchure correctly. Now, the first part is you have your pads that are on here to help anchor your teeth on the top. So that always should be there. The second step is that we make sure we're not smiling back. We don't want that, we want to bring them forward. So you want to imagine if you are drinking like a milkshake really thick and you're going to set here. When you're going to set, you're going to notice that the lips are going to come inward like this. So again, we don't smile back because you'll miss the area. So what you're next thing you do is the bottom part of your lip, you're going to take and tuck it over your teeth. So again, you want to make sure maybe practice in front of a mirror or tape yourself so you can see what happens. So lower lip over teeth, anchoring the top of your mouthpiece, and then we're going to seal the lips around the mouthpiece so that way we can get open sound. Now you can do this with the barrel and mouthpiece only, and you can also play an open G on the full clarinet. So I'm going to set my top teeth. Again, you want to make sure the center, now sides are turned, center, and then lower lip over teeth, seal it, and an open G. And you should get that kind of sound, again, a fast air. Now the next step is look in your book for review what we just talked about today. In the Roman numeral 4 in the habits book, we'll describe that for you. So the next step then is we want to make sure you set a lot of air to get that sound, and once you have that set, another thing you can do is if you find any leak when you're playing, when you have this set here, is put your hand on the top, and when you go to set and play it, oh, you can hear that, but I have air leaking on the sides. If you feel that in your hand, then you know you have to revisit the embouchure setting. Again, top teeth anchored, lower lip over, and bring it in. You also want to make sure you have a flat chin when you're playing. So you want to get that shut there and the flat chin, not anything rolled over. The next step is you want to make sure that using a lot of air is going to be key in this next step. So when we work our way now to the right hand, you want to make sure that your thumb is not all the way in like this. I notice with some players they'll kind of do that, and it's going to cause issues with playing your notes on the side. So we should never see your thumb. You want to hide that in the back. So you want to get your thumbnail kind of right in there when you rest it here. They do sell little rubber pads that you can put on this, so that way it makes it a little easier on the hold. You can also use a Band-Aid, the pad part on here. You can just wrap it on there. That'll give you a little more cushion when you play. So make sure that you have your thumbnail right there, not over. Because the next step is getting your right hand to be set. Now if you notice my hand, we should never be straight across like this. You want to kind of slight angle when you're playing with the thumb in the back. So when I go to play this, now if you notice, my fingers are not flat across, and I saw some of that with some of the young musicians here where we have them fingers over the holes and we will miss that, and what happens is you'll get a leak in your sound. So one of the things you can do to check is by pressing your fingers all the way in the hole, and it should look something like this when you have it set. You can see that the holes are there near the tips of the fingers on there. So we're not going to actually like lift them and press them in there, but just a slight angle on that. The next thing you want to watch out for are your pinkies. Sometimes we have players that will put them underneath here, and you need this pinky to engage this key here. So keep all pinkies above. That will help you with the set of your fingers. So the fingers should not be flat across like this. It's going to have a slight angle in both hands as you work your way down. Now if you're looking at your clarinet, what you're looking at is you have your top left, top right, then you have your bottom left and bottom right. And the bottom right key in our little banana box here is this is the finger you want to use for that pinky there. So now what you want to do is you want to practice starting off with C. Now where most players have the issue is going to happen in your second and third finger. If you're not covering the holes all the way, you'll get a leak and it sounds kind of airy. If you take a look here, you want to play in front of a mirror because you'll see these things happen where the hole's not totally covered. So practice by starting with C. Add a finger down each time. If it doesn't sound correctly, start back on the finger that is correct and just work those two. Let's say my second finger was the issue. First one to do is I'll play the C to B flat and A. So make sure you have it set and adjust, and then let's try it again. And if the note's coming out, add the next fingers until you get all of them down. once you're there, you want to try and play this with just putting all the fingers down, no register key yet. You want to try and play it with all down and just start the low note. Now if you can't, one of a couple things are happening here. Either you're too tense and using too much of a fast airstream that's causing it to squeak, or you have a finger here that kind of got out of the way there, so you want to keep that aligned. So if you're finding that you can't play just this bottom F here, what you want to do is retry your fingers until you get it down, and then practice it that way. Set yourself a goal, maybe 3, 4, 5 times in a row until you think you have it mastered. The next step is, as you get to the lower note here, you're going to start to engage the thumb in the back on your left hand. Now, when you go to play the register key, you just want a little bit of your thumb in the back just to press right here. You don't want to take your thumb and lift off of it and push. You just want to do a little bit, engage it, when the airstream will kick it up. So as I'm playing through here now, I'm going to start to introduce the register key in the back. Again, my pinkies are up in the front end. And maybe set yourself a goal of 3 to 5 times being able to play your low F to engaging the register key to play your C. So let's try F a couple times. And again, bring that thumb on the back side there. And set yourself a goal for that. The next step is, once you have all your fingers down and you can hit that C, how many times now can you play not just the F without the register key, but how many times can you play now the C with the register key in the back? So like this. And that'd be a goal to set. So go through those steps to make sure that number 1, your embouchure is set, no leaky air. If that is correct, again, using your hand for that, you just make sure you blow with a lot of fast air. The next step is, in your left hand, make sure that you have all these 3 down. You can play a C. Then from there, practice adding a finger all the way down, again, until it becomes easy. Then from there, you can add the register key from that. If you can do that, see if you can just play it on the fly. Again, I recommend, if you can, play in front of like a mirror, so that way you can do that. You can also use a camera, tape yourself, kind of see what you get. Now remember also too, for good tone, we have to use a fast airstream. If your airstream is slowing down at all on this, it won't come out. So you have to start with a big sound all the way through. Fast air on that. Again, if you have questions, see Mr. Van Ham, see myself, come down Falcon Time, use this video, any spot you need a review on that, go for it. And so take those steps and it'll get you there in getting over the break. All right, good luck with that, and can't wait to hear it.